Twilight Sparkle had absolutely no idea what just happened, but looking at the blueberry muffin in her hooves, she thought Derpy was just trying to comfort her. Tears welled up in her eyes as she thought about how Derpy comforted her regardless of the fact that they barely ever talked to each other. "She's a really kind male pony," Twilight said to herself as she nibbled on her muffin. "There you are, darling," called a familiar, sophisticated voice. "You're just the pony I was looking for. Is that a muffin you're holding in your hooves?" Wiping the tears from her eyes, Twilight Sparkle turned around and smiled meekly at Rarity. Yeah." Twilight quickly downed the rest of the blueberry muffin Derpy handed her. "What's going on, Rarity?" "Well, I do believe that I found a way to clear up this dreadful dreariness around here. Of course, it would take a fashion genius such as moi to come up with such an elegant way to cheer every pony up." "That's great to hear, Rarity." Twilight perked up, looking hopeful. "What's the idea?" Looking at one of her hooves, Rarity let out a slight laugh. "It's laughably simple, really. I can barely even credit for this thing." Looking down at one of her hooves, Rarity let out a slight laugh. "It's laughably simple, really. I can barely even take credit for this thing. Who's the best at cheering other ponies up, I asked myself. Oh, how I've thought on this. And then the answer came to me. I was looking at a shipment of fabrics I had obtained. Who's more cheerful than Pinkie Pie, I said to myself. Twilight's smile drooped slightly. But, Rarity, Pinkie is... Yes, Rarity interrupted. But what if you could fix that? Come now, Twilight Sparkle. I'm willing to pay anything you might want, and I'll go get you anything you need to do so. Rarity? What are you saying? Letting out another hearty laugh, Rarity looked into Twilight's eyes. It's simple, really, darling. I'd like for you to bring Pinkie Pie back to us. Twilight's smile faded to nothingness as she shook her head. Rarity's smile cracked a bit. Come now, Twilight Sparkle. Let's not be selfish here. I'm willing to do whatever it takes. You're the most powerful pony in all of Ponyville, after all. Surely your magic, you'd be able to... Twilight cut her off. I'm sorry, Rarity, but it's not possible. I may be good with magic, but magic has its limits. I'd like to see Pinkie as much as the next pony, but... Well, what about Princess Celestia? You're on good terms with her, darling. Surely you can write her a letter. And another shake of Twilight's head. If that were possible, don't you think I would have tried that already? Do you know how many ponies tried to ask Celestia to bring some pony back? Even with how powerful she is. It's beyond her ability. Much as it breaks my heart to say this, ponies should be left to rest. Rarity shook her head and then huffed and tossed her mane out of her eyes. Well now we see who Pinkie's real friends are. Rarity, No, it's fine. Keep your little secrets, Twilight Sparkle. You may have given up, but I am certain that there is a way. I just have to find it. And if you won't help, I'll just have to go find a way myself. Good day. Turning and lifting her nose to the air, Rarity trotted away. Twilight Sparkle looked after the purple and white unicorn, debating whether to follow her or not. Shaking her head and wiping the tears from her eyes, she refrained from following the other unicorn. Bringing back the dead was something every pony thinks of doing one day, but given enough time, they realize that it's best to let sleeping ponies lie. Rarity just needed some time to accept the fact. That's all. Twilight let out a sad sigh and continued on her way to Fluttershy's, hopeful that she wouldn't be too depressed. That Twilight Sparkle, Rarity said to herself in a huff. I can't believe she didn't even consider my idea. Honestly, you'd think a pony like her would do anything to help out her friends. Rarity sighed. Maybe I was asking too much of her. After all, Twilight Sparkle really is the type of pony who would do anything to help out her friends. The dearie probably wasn't the lying about not knowing a spell to revive Pinkie. But still, I can't believe she wouldn't even try to look one up. Rarity's hoofed at the ground in frustration. Pinkie Pie's absence had an abnormal effect on Rarity's business. Rarity always complained that Pinkie Pie kept her from getting any work done, but without Pinkie Pie around, her business would go 10 times more smoothly. But there was just something off when Pinkie wasn't around to interrupt her work. Every piece Rarity tried to design since her funeral was an absolute tribe. A lack of inspiration, a lack of motivation. Rarity just didn't know what was causing the creativity to run dry. This is so frustrating, having something missing from some pony's life. Rarity lamented to herself. Oh, woe is me, woe is Ponyville now that Pinkie Pie is departed. But no worries. Rarity's on the case. She'll find a way back to normalcy, back into little old Ponyville. She said that, but honestly, she had no idea where to even start. She was sure Twilight Sparkle that Twilight Sparkle would have answered Ponyville's problem. She always seemed to have it, after all. Rarity continued aimlessly around Ponyville, pondering whatever in the world she was supposed to do next. I haven't seen Sweetie Belle in a while, Rarity said to herself. Oh, I do hope she's not too distraught over these recent happenings. Rarity said. Oh well, I'm sure everything will go back to normal as soon as I bring Pinkie Pie back. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Suddenly, another dash of inspiration hit Rarity as soon as she thought of Sweetie Belle. Sweetie Belle? Cutie Mark Crusaders, Apple Bloom. That's it! Sakura! I'm sure that zebra has a trick or two to bring Pinkie Pie back. I'm sure of it. Rarity pranced around excitingly towards the everfree forest, but as soon as she reached the outskirts, her wave of enthusiasm deteriorated. Oh, it sure is drabby in there. Maybe I should bring some pony else to assist me. Oh, she smacked her hoofs together. Rainbow Dash! She'll escort me through the everfree forest, and there's positively no way she'll refuse, but where is that pony anyway? I haven't seen her since the funeral. Rarity hoofed at the ground again, pondering over where to find Rainbow Dash. But little did Rarity know that the other ponies knew. Rainbow Dash was dealing with a problem all of her own.